Hey y'all, so I wanted to do a video on some thrift store, kind of resale store things that I got for my altar, which I will eventually be making soon when I eventually find a table. And on something that I found out that was a thing recently and I read some articles on. So the first thing is the thrift store stuff. So there's this place in my hometown. Well, it's really in my hometown. It's the town north of mine, but they just kind of blend together. So it's kind of like it is. It's this place called Thrift by the Pound. And I got this little dish thing here. I was going to use it as an offering bowl because I haven't really done a lot of research into chalices. And if I was going to have a chalice, this is not what I would use as a chalice. I'd go more traditional kind of goblet style. Because that's what I like. Hello, Sam. And I also got this little leaf bowl kind of a thing. I'm gonna redo it because it's kind of roughed up. Because they're by the pound. Everything's just it's not like Goodwill. Stuff's on shelves and how it works is basically they have all of these bins and they have bins of clothes and I also got a this ugly pink wingback chair, but it's really comfortable. We got my mom got a little slip cover. Got that for $5 because they're $5 furniture. But anyway, basically you pick out for me I got these two things and you put them on this weighted little plate. Well, they have a shopping cart that you put it in, but it's all on the plate and it weighs it and you pay by the pound. Anyway, so I thought I could use this for some a whole stuff for earth or for a Mabon, do some little offering things and stuff. Eventually going to, when I get back to my apartment, the place where I actually live, I'm gonna sand this down and restain it because I could use a little TLC. But another couple of things, there's not much, but it's at this place called Home Goods. It's not a thrift shop. People don't bring stuff, but it's kind of a resale kind of a place. They get stuff from other leftover stuff, and then they sell it for cheaper. So the first, there's only two things, but I got these little flower tea candle holders, which are cute because I love anything that looks like it's made out of a flower or a tree or fruit or vegetable, or any sort of plant-like thing of any kind. I don't know why, I just do. So these are cute, little orange one, and green one. These were, I don't know if these are actually, the prices that are legit prices, but it's compare at, which is the normal MSRP price. It says $8 each, and they sell it for $5. Obviously they're making profit because they have a whole bunch of stores. So obviously the price is elevated, but cheaper. So these are cute. And then my pride and joy, I can't believe I found, is this. It is a giant, solid, you can even see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's tool marks. You can kind of see it. Tool marks on there. Solid piece of selenite. And I love selenite because I love the moon. Anything that has to do with the moon, except for water. I'm not really a big water person. And this was, I'm going to turn the tag off, but if I remember right, it was $12. Well, $12.99, $13, we'll say. It's $13. The compare at thing was $22. So, nearly half off. This giant piece, and it's what is each measurement? So we'll say 10 inches tall. About 10 inches. 2, 3, 6. So 8.5 inches. That's what I was thinking. And the lady said when I was checking out, I was oh my god, I love Selena. I can't believe I found that. And she's oh yeah, we get pieces that are this long, in the summer, so she'll always check back. And I was yes. Bryza, where are you? Bryza, stop playing in the paper. Why do you like her? My cat, Bryza, this big one, the big cat here. Come here. She loves anything and everything that crinkles. Kind of like this bag here. I'm not editing this out. Yeah. You're the one that got yourself stuck in there. So she's playing with, like, also like wrapped paper. Well, the stuff from home gets wrapped in paper. Like the flower little things and slate up all wrapped in paper. So she's like, crinkle! Crinkle everything. Must crinkle all the things. Don't you sass me. You're a bitch. It's okay. So, that was all the thrift store stuff. I didn't get it, but I was in this little, like, antique shop. It's called Antiques and Things. It's in, well, I told you I do know where I live, but, yeah, it's in the town just south of mine. They had this, like, yellow kind of glass, like, candle holder, like, taper candle. They only had one. It's kind of like, it flips up, and I'm like, that would be... You done yet? It would be great for, like, the whole, like, a sun candle, because I'm not really into the whole, as I said in the earlier video, that I'm not Wiccan. I try to get away from, like, Wiccan stuff, because I like more, like, old, random, traditional stuff. So I don't really have, like, a god and a goddess thing. Even though I do like to use Artemis. I do like Artemis. Hence the namesake. Salem. So, then I would use Apollo for whatever with the sun, because Apollo's her brother. He's the great god of the sun. But, I wouldn't really set candles out for them, unless, like, really wanted, like, that sort of, like, energy or pleasant type of thing. It'd be, like, more like a sun thing and a moon thing, because that's what I'm really into. It'd be great for a sun candle, but, yeah. Kind of on a little tangent there. Okay, so the thing I heard was a thing. Okay, so hope everyone had a happy Yule and a happy Christmas, or Merry Christmas, whatever. Close enough. So I got Christmas money, because that's all I really ever ask for, is just give me the money, don't buy the gifts, because nobody ever knows what I want. I was going through, like, some, like, witchy stuff. Like, I got this little, like candle holder. It said it was, like, 6 inches tall, so, you know, look at that. You know, from the bottom of this finger to the top of the bottom of that finger. That's how tall it is. And they had, you know, candle snuffers. And I'm like, do I really use candle snuffers? No, I did blow it out. Even though they did a really cute tree branch one. And, I'm watching a video. I want to say it was this morning, or it was last night. I think it was last night, because that's when I was looking at altar stuff. Making it worse. So it was Dragon Feather's video on, like, shit to shrine. Basically, she was talking about, like, how she's really, like, messy, and I am too. So I get it. But how, like, her place is always a mess, except for her altar. Her altar's, like, always, like, super clean. Don't eat the paper. Give me that. Give me that. Don't break the glass. Two destructive little things. Okay. How her altar is always, like, pristine, like, really clean. And it was basically because it's, like, a sacred thing, and so she wants to always keep it clean. She always maintains it. And so what she decided to do was make, like, a bathroom altar, basically. Like a water shrine kind of a thing. And at the end of the video, she blows out the candles. Like, these 2 candles, in this little, like, tray. It's got, like, river rocks and stuff in it. And I went down in the comments, because just, like, sometimes I like to scroll through and see what people say. And there was, like, this one girl that was like, I just read somewhere that you're not supposed to blow out candles. But you're supposed to snuff them out. And I was like, and then I saw Dragon Feather responded, and it was like, yeah, I just don't have a snuffer. Excuse me. And I was like, what do you mean you're not supposed to blow out the candles? Never heard of such a thing. So I did a little research. And she even said it's like in the comment, like, it's like disrespectful to the element of fire. So I found a couple big articles, and basically they said that people, like a lot of like Wiccans and neo-pagans and stuff like that, they believe that you should not blow out a candle ever. Well, you should blow out like non-magical candles, basically, because it's an affront to the element of fire. And I thought that was kind of weird because there's not really any way. And and another thing was because you're overpowering the element of fire, and you're using air to overpower the element of fire. And I'm kind of like, well, unless it like burns himself out, there's not really any way to put out a fire, And sometimes, like, I have cats. If I'm going to go to class, because I'm in college, and like I left like a candle like going, but it was like in a little thing, and it was like in the center of my like kitchen counter. It's not like a taper candle, because I like taper candles. Really not comfortable with having the cats and a taper candle lit while I'm gone. Not safe. So there was no real way to do that, because I think if you snuff it out, that's better, because you're not like overpowering it with like the breath of life or the element of air. There's no real way to put out a candle. You either blow it out, which I would think would be better, because like especially if you're doing like a fire spell and you're using a candle, you're using like air to send the fire away, which would be good because you're like sending it off. You're sending it to the universe. You're going out there. I think it would be like a little boost though. But if you're stuffing it, you're suffocating it. You're taking away the air. And if we're going to talk about the science element of fire, stuff is only combustible with oxygen present, which fire pulls from the air. And so you're taking, when you snuff it out, you're suffocating it because it uses up all the oxygen, and then it can't breathe essentially. And then, essentially it's like blowing it out is like shooting, the fire, you like personify the spirit of fire. Blowing it out is like shooting him, and snuffing it out is like suffocating him. I don't want to be blown out, frankly. That's my choice. And, there's pinching it, but that's I'm clumsy. Okay, I'm clumsy, y'all. I will burn my fingers. I will have no fingerprints. Hurt. Not interested. But actually, a couple articles did mention this, but actually kind of ruined your candles. But you could drop like water on it, but now you're drowning him. You're drowning him with the element of water. Just blow out the candles. I mean, if it's really important to you that you snuff them out, do it. Witchcraft, as most people know, is a really like personal kind of a path. I mean, I take personally stuff. I'm starting to take stuff from Judaism, which I told my friend about, who's really Jewish, like really religiously Jewish, and she's like, "No, that's one of our sacred things." I'm like, "No, it's different." She goes, "Fine." And I take Old English stuff, and I've been watching the Stregalia videos from Wonder Arenas Witchcraft, who I love. And I've been reading all of Cunningham's stuff, and, just kind of pick and choose. Well, if you picked up your little flank, go for it. I personally leave the light on my candles, and actually one of the articles, she had emails from, like, Buckland. He wrote the big, big blue book. I don't have it, so... and there's like, it was Llewellyn, she wrote that one. And they're all like, some of them were like, I prefer to snuff them out because I blow out regular candles. So, it's kind of like a special thing. I don't know, I thought it was interesting. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.